Hey guys, this is Olivia, and I just wanted to come on this channel today and just talk to you guys about apartment shopping. I'm going to start a new series on my channel called #adulting, because as a young 20-something, women don't tell their age, okay? As a young 20-something, I really wanted to make sure that everything is good in terms of just us having our life together, our prosperities, our futures, and our goals together. So I just quickly let me put the camera up and just start the first video in this series called #adulting, and talk about apartment shopping. So with apartment shopping, you have to make sure that you know what you want from the bat. That was my issue. I started this whole process like, I don't even know what I want. I just want a room and I'm gonna get out of my mama's house. Period. That was as far as I went. I'm gonna get out of my mama's house, I'm gonna be close to work, and that's it. So I had low expectations. I had a low list, so I did not really have much to look for when I started my process. But from my experience, definitely the first tip, write down 5 to 10 things that you really need, because I wasted a lot of my time walking into spaces and not liking it, but that's because I didn't know what I wanted. And so, do you want a dishwasher? Do you want a washing machine and dryer in your space? Is that important? Could you compromise on that? Could you go to the laundromat? Or did you need a dining room, or did you not need a dining room? Is it important for you to have an upgraded kitchen or not? Don't look at examples online before you write this list under your budget. Just write the list out. Don't look it up. Don't figure out, can my budget even afford some of the things on my list? Don't look that up yet. Just write down what you want. Second step is to just go online, type your budget in, and just find properties in the location that you desire. Definitely make location your priority, because I'm telling you, and not even just the city that you want to live in, or the block or whatever it is. Even get more gritty into the details in terms of what part of the street. Do I want to live on the southbound or northbound? I'm telling you, it depends. Traffic is crazy in certain people's locations. Do you want to be closer to the grocery stores, or you can sacrifice being maybe 2 miles down the road from it to save a couple of hundreds of dollars, or whatever it is? Definitely write down your priorities. Do you want to be near a highway? That was something very important to me. I have lived in a home before where I was, but in my parents' home, it's almost 10-15 minutes away from the highway. So is that important to you? Do you matter? Does it care? Do you care? Because apartments that are close to the highway are obviously going to be more expensive, because they know that you have access to the other cities around. Find the little dots that are in those areas, click it, and look at the description. I used apartments.com, Zillow, and Trulia.com. Those were and apartmentslist.com is an app. Great things. So kind of have an array of different options of online platforms, and definitely do word of mouth. Ask people who maybe that if you already work at your employment, ask your coworkers or whatever it is. And then on apartments.com, for instance, I'm going to show you an example here. This is not where I live. I just picked a random part of America. If you see, there's diamonds around this certain block. So it kind of shows you okay, boom, 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 boom. You feel me? And you can just click it, see the price range. Okay, cool. How many bedrooms it is. Definitely just go through all the specs. The issue with these online platforms, these third parties, is that it's not always accurate with what it actually is in person. What I mean by that is, let's say an apartment says $1,000 on apartments.com for a certain apartment complex. Cool. You're okay, bet, I'm gonna schedule a tour. You go to the tour and they're saying, okay, today we're starting at $10.50, and you're yo, that's $50 over my budget. That's not what it said on apartments.com. Hear me out. Use apartments.com as a guide. So you're okay, this looks pretty good. This is in my price range. I like the pictures. Cool. Go to that apartment. This is the golden key, y'all. Golden key. If you take anything out of this video, take this out of the video. You find the name of the place that you're interested in. on apartments.com, trulia.com, whatever it is. Search it in Google. And so you search the apartment name and go to the floor plan section of their website. So go to that apartment complex's website and click floor plans. Find the floor plan that you are interested in from apartments.com or whatever website that you use, and it will tell you in real time how much that place costs today. Emphasis of today. Please understand that. Because tomorrow, it could be $20 more, $20 less, $100 more, $100 less. When I say I'm not joking, I'm not joking. Apartments change prices overnight, period. So if you know that you're getting a really good deal on an apartment, like let's say you're looking at a place and you're at the tour and they're like, today is $10.50, right? And just say your budget was like, I don't know, $11.50. And you're like, wow, this is a really nice place. This is really under budget. I don't want to say grab it today, because definitely be smart about it. But if you really know you ready to move like today, like if you could really like move in the next week and you really want to get this place, don't hesitate, sign it today. Because I'm telling you, tomorrow it can go from $10.50 to $10.90, and you might be like, it's $40 more. That depends on you and yours. But do that math. 40 times 12, you're paying that extra $360 every year. So just be mindful of like, it's because it might be $10, $20 more. Consider that. Consider how big of a difference that is, because that is an extra couple of $100 in that 12-month lease that you're probably going to sign. And also know that the shorter the lease, the more expensive your lease. So if you're doing a 3-month lease, you're probably going to pay more than the person who's doing the 12-month lease. And just to break it down even further, if you're not even sure what a lease is basically just your contract agreement saying that this is the property that you're going to live on, and these are the rules, these are expectations, this is your rent. It's kind of just a breakdown. It's a contract to your property. So if you break the lease, a lot of times you have to pay a really expensive fee. Like let's say you signed a 6-month lease, but then you got a huge opportunity in employment somewhere else, and you have to leave in the next 2 months. Okay, but it's not going to be 6 months. Okay, so you might have to break your lease. But ask your apartment complex leasing office, how much does it cost to break a lease? Because sometimes, let's say your rent's $1,000, they might say you might have to pay for the rest of your months. So let's say you had 3 months left, you might have to pay $3,000. You might have to pay that $3,000 just to break your lease. Like, definitely ask. Every apartment complex is different, but highly consider that, because that's very like critical. So just be certain of when you want to live in. Like when you sign a lease, know your life and what's going on. Even though it might be more cheaper to sign that 13-month lease or that 12-month lease, doesn't mean that you need to sign that 12-month lease because you have a feeling that your life might change in the next 8 months. So sign that 8-month lease. You feel me? And the last thing I really want to bring up here, like before my lighting gets real weird around here, because sorry for my lighting, I just wanted to give y'all the gems before like people really start getting their apartments. But here's another big gem. Make sure your utilities are like within your price range. Let's say your budget is like $1,500, and when I say $1,500, I mean like anything past $1,500 that's related to your living situation is a no-go, right? And you find an apartment that's beautiful, it's for you, you love it, and it's $1,400, but your water bill, your electric bill, your gas bill, if your place does electric and gas. Not everybody does. Mine does, unfortunately, but some places just does electric or whatever. So like I said, your water, your electric, your gas, possibly. Say your complexes has fees, like amenity fees, or let's say it's like a trash valet fee that you can't get out of. Like, think of all those utilities that you have to pay for. Your internet bill, your cable bill if you want cable. These are things you got to look at. That's all things encompassing your living situation. Add all that up. Get a rough estimate of what it would be. And see if all that's over $1,500, Like if your rent's $1,400 and you need all those things I listed out, 10 out of 10 is going to be over $1,500. 10 out of 10. You can't have water, electric, gas, cable, and internet and be under $100. So honestly, if I were you and your budget was say $1,500, as we're using this as an example, get you a place for $1,300. If your absolute can't go over is $1,500, get an apartment for $1,300 or less, because now you have $200 at the minimum to give yourself space to pay for your utilities without feeling underwater and being over budget. When you're at your tour and they're going through that breakdown and they're telling you your utilities, listen to that. That's not just fluff. That's real money that you're pulling out your pockets. And I feel like with me during the apartment shop in the beginning, I was just like, whatever, utilities, what's the price on the rent? I was more stressed about that, being under budget. When I was like, no, I need to focus on these utilities, because those are things that are creepy up on you. You use your water too much, your water bill go up. You use your electricity too much, your electricity bill go up. You have guests come over and they using your water, that's money, that's going up. Consider these things. Give yourself room for your utilities to go up and go down. Gas, it's the winter time, gas gonna go up. Think about all of this. And then when you go on these tours, ask all the questions. Here's some questions that I'm going to tell you how to ask for real. Of course, how much is the rent? How much is the utilities? What's the amenity fees if you have any? Even ask, if I move in, do I have to pay for a gate card if you have a gated community? Well, how much is that? Just because they might say $20, that don't mean it don't add up. Ask the questions. If you like amenities, tell them to show you the pool. Sometimes these leasing agents get real lazy and just want to show you the apartment because they in a rush. If you really want to see the community, tell them to show you the community. Ask them if they have a laundry facility on site, or if there's a laundry facility in your room, in your laundry machines in your room, or is it a washer dryer connect, which means that you have the connections in your place, but they ain't providing you no washer and dryer. So you can rent, so that means that you can rent out a washer and dryer from a third party, and maybe your apartment complex has a company that they work with that you can rent washers and dryers from for probably $30 a month. Personally, for me, I go to the local laundromat to wash my clothes because it costs me about $6 to $8 every 2 weeks to wash my clothes, because I'm only here by myself. But like I said, figure out where you can save, because you're about to have an apartment, sweetie. This is a new world for you. Ask the questions that need to be asked. Look around. Make sure nothing's broken. Sometimes they show you the room that you're actually going to get. Sometimes they show you the model room. If it's the model room, ask them, what will be in my room on the unit that you said is available for me? Sometimes they can't show you the room that you're going to actually get, because there's still a person that lives in there right now. Their lease is not currently up, but they know that they're about to leave soon. So that's why they're telling you that unit's available when it's time for you. And so ask them, this is the model room, what am I not going to get? Because they're going to start removing things, because the model room is always the best room. They're going to say, you ain't going to get those lights, you're going to get the standard lights. You see that fridge? It ain't standing still, it's white. Ask those questions so you know, oh, I need a stainless steel fridge, or oh, I need carpet, or whatever it is, because then you start to realize, oh, it's in the place for me, because the unit that I need in the time frame that I need it is not available. It's not cute enough, it's not practical enough for your lifestyle. You feel me? You're moved in, right? You signed the papers, you're lit. You come inside, do the inspection with your leasing agent when you move in. Don't skimp on that. I was in a rush, because my family was outside with the U-Haul, we trying to get things packing and moving and everything. No, my regret is moving fast, because you're gonna see things later in the night when you're unpacking that you're like, yo, I should have told her this was messed up or this wasn't messed up before I moved in, before I signed that form saying everything is fine. So just do a good inspection. When I say a good inspection, I'm talking about here's a key alert. Bring your phone charger with you on the inspection. Why you say that? Plug your phone to each outlet in your apartment and see if it charges your phone. If it don't charge your phone, that means the outlet don't work, which means you need to let that agent know this outlet don't work. Test your outlets. Look at the ceiling. Look at your stove top. Make sure there's no crazy scratches or broken pieces. Turn on the water. Flush the toilet. Like, this is your new space. Make sure it is in condition that you bought it at. This is, you pay for this. Check your door locks. You know, check your bathroom locks. Check your front door lock. Very important. Check your patio door if you have one. Check everything. Open the oven. Press the oven buttons. Spend that time. Look at the blind. But this video can go on and on and on and on and on and on and on. And if I have more tips, I will make a second video. But this video is already kind of long, so I just wanted to just spill the tea and let y'all know what's good and the things that I learned on this process. And one more little thing, if you could bring somebody who's been through it all with you, that's so much relief right there. I brought my mother and like my boyfriend, and it was really helpful because they've done this already. So it was like, if you couldn't think of a question, they filled in the quiet spaces for you to ask questions with you. But that's it, y'all. Peace and light. Thank you for watching my first video in the adulting series. I'm definitely gonna be making lots of more videos in this series because I feel like us 20-year-olds don't got the tea, and we need the tea because it's hot, it's burning. Like, if I didn't learn this on my own, like, I would, basically what I'm saying is I want y'all to know it because I don't want everybody to have this learning hump that I did, making all these mistakes or whatever in between. So I'll see y'all in the next video. Have a good day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.